going on, guys? Just sitting out here, enjoying all the beautiful nature, which after listening to this album I'm not sure is real or not. But yeah, holographic principal review for you guys here. So Idola, shortest track on the album, but it served a very good purpose. It was pretty much a great opening track. The drums remind me very much of like war drums, war marching, or like an army advancing to the battlefield, which I enjoyed, which kind of ushered in the theme of the album to me, at least. It also had kind of a sense, after it broke into the next part, it kind of had a sense of epiphany as well, just kind of like, oh, something's up, It also kind of represented to me the epiphany of realizing that, we might be in a holographic simulation or something like that. And it was just a really, really nice opening track. There was this little child voice that started singing and talking throughout it, and so I really enjoyed that. It just kind of really set the mood and set the atmosphere for the record, which I enjoyed. Excellent opening track. It was short, but it was very, very concise and very, very well put together, so I enjoyed that a lot. Edge of the Blade, very, very energetic intro. I love how Idola transitioned into Edge of the Blade, and how the mood, like it still connected very well, but the mood also shifted dramatically between the end of Idola and the beginning of Edge of the Blade. Very nice. I love the contrast, or yeah, I guess the contrast between the verse and the chorus riffs, and just the way that they kind of like connected really well, but also sounded very, very distinct from each other. I really enjoyed that. Excuse me. I really like how Simone's voice sounded in this one. Probably one of the best it sounded on this album. Probably, the voice is very, very clear and very, very crisp and powerful, so I enjoyed that a lot. I loved all the harmonies that went on, the vocal harmonies, everything. It just made it sound more full, more epic, I guess I would say. The guitars, like, wow, the guitars just sounded great here. Man, the guitar tone's great, the playing was great. It's very, very tight, very accurate. I really enjoyed it. And when the harsh vocals come in, that riff that comes along with them was just like awesome. Like, it was just like, oh yeah, sudden brutality. It was awesome. It contrasted well with the rest of the song, and of course with Simone's vocals, which I enjoyed a lot. Very, very nice. Excellent track. The music video was beautiful as well. Loved it. Alright, Phantasmic Parade. As soon as I heard the opening of it, like, in movies or some videos where the person's just standing and you can see like above them, and you just see like the sky or whatever is happening just like rush and all around them, and they're just like, and it's just like kind of fantastical. That's what the opening reminded me of. It was just like, wow, it's like the universe is like rushing at you, and you're just standing there witnessing it. It was really, really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. So excellent opening. I love the role the keyboards played in this song, just doing like the little notes and all on like just like kind of, I wouldn't say sneaking in there, but they just kind of pranced around in there, and it really kind of made the track for me. So I enjoyed the keyboards there a lot. The keyboards did a great job there. And the little guitar run right into like that bigger riff, kind of like there was a mood shift there that I really enjoyed a lot. Sounded great. Awesome track. Loved it. Alright, Universal Death Squad. Probably favorite track off the album, I would say. The intro was very, very, very nice. Like, I love the way, when I first saw the music video, or the lyric video, I love the way how they opened it up kind of softly, and then like they went into like a bigger kind of harder riff, and then they went into the main riff. It was like dun. I was like, oh wow, that was good. I had like 3 separate riffs that just segued so great into each other. I love that. That was amazing. And just that main riff overall, I really, really, really loved. phrasing. I love the parts where the choir was accentuated. It was we embrace, we embrace. Like I love the phrasing of the lyrics and just the timing of the lyrics along with the instruments. It was just really, really. It just kind of like drove the point home, and it kind of made it feel mechanical as well, which also went along with the song, which I really enjoyed. So, excellent track, great job there. I love how the ending transitioned into Divide and Conquer, which for me painted a musical picture, you know, of war and kind of just it kind of reminded me, like when I heard the intro to Divide and Conquer, kind of made me like think of like all the war scenes from like Saving Private Ryan and you know all that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed that a lot. Excellent intro right there. I like the lyrics a lot on this one. The lyrics were very, very meaningful and you know reflective of today's society, which I liked a lot. So the lyrics for that were great. Loved it. And the voice clips that they used were very, very enhancing to the song, which I enjoyed a lot. Sorry, there's like a lot of ants around here. Beyond the Matrix, very, very streamlined and very, very linear compared to the rest of the tracks. The vocals that came in before the harsh vocal, like that little bit of just like a little bit of singing that came in before the harsh vocals was, I don't know why that just like jumped out at me like so much. I love that for some reason. And that bass though, okay, yeah. But this one to me felt the most power metal. It just felt, the beginning sounded really power metal, and it just kept that kind of sound and feel throughout to me. So to me it was the most power metal centric track. So I like that a lot because you know I love power metal. Once Upon a Nightmare, definitely not the mood that I was thinking the song would have. You know, I thought it'd be more intense, heavy, crushing, and all that kind of stuff. But it was, you know, it had the string intro was really nice. For some reason, I zeroed in on all the, you know, the choir on this one. I'm really, really not quite sure, but to me, it just really, the choir just really kind of like sold this one for me. I'm not quite sure. It also had a nice little folky feel to it, which I enjoyed a lot because you know I love folk music as well. But all in all, that was a good track. Definitely not what I was expecting, but it was very, very, very nice. I enjoyed listening to that one quite a lot. All right, the Cosmic Algorithm. I have "Wake Up" written here in all caps because you know you have Once Upon a Nightmare. It's like, oh yeah, it's kind of soft and happy, yeah, but don't forget we're metal. So it just like comes in and it's just like whoa, like if you were like you know kind of you know just like closing your eyes and listening, you know like Cosmic Algorithm just comes in and just like yo, you know wake up, we're still here, we're metal. Here it was heavy. It was just kind of just like it perfectly offset you know the track before it, you know. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And there was like, there's a point where Simone was like, "Ask yourself," which I like loved. Kind of made my spine tingle, gave me like a little like quick shiver. It was really nice. And then there's a little sound at the end. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, I love that one too. All right, Ascension, Dream State, Armageddon. Very, very haunting. They did a great job of keeping the haunting mood in it throughout the whole song. It started off really, really haunting, and I was like, I just wrote down haunting, and then like just throughout they kept that mood very, very concise, and they diversified it a little bit as well. But like through the whole song, I just couldn't help but feel you know like a little haunting, kind of spooky feeling, which is awesome. Loved it. Drums. I have drums written in all caps here. The drums for me sounded the best on this song. Like I would just listen to it, I was like, oh my god, listen to the drums. I was like, oh, the drums, like drums. You know, it was like the drums sounded great. This is the best song drum wise for me. I also liked how they had, you know, the little talking clips in there. Very, very, very helpful to the mood of the song, accentuated the song instrumentally and vocally for me. I enjoyed that one a lot. And of course transitioned into Dancing in a Hurricane, which the intro was just, ooh, good lord, the intros they write are like amazing. Very, 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 very good. And for this song as well, I for some reason just zeroed in on the choir and the instrumental, because it really just kind of like when I zeroed in on the instrumental, because I didn't was like, okay, I should listen to instrumental here. I just focused in on it, and it just really reminded me of, like, really good classical music, like Beethoven and Handel and all that other kind of stuff. It just reminded me of that, and the vocals and everything were great too. But I just zeroed in on the choir and the instruments, because it was just so rich and so profound, I guess. But the track was great. The vocals were great too, but I just like the instruments and the choir there were just amazing. They really made it. They really made that track what it was, and it's a really good track. Tear down your walls. The vocals, there were a lot of like grunts and harsh vocals in there, which I think was a good thing, because it kind of the abundance of harsh vocals in there kind of made it match the title of the song, like "Tear Down Your Walls." Like I wasn't expecting a lot of like too much kind of like cleans like in the other song. I was kind of expecting it to be a lot of harsh vocals and just like a lot of kind of just like oomph and like burstiness, which isn't a word, but yeah. That's really all I have written down for that one. Vocals match the title, lyrics are good. I like that one. Alright, the Holographic Principle, A Profound Understanding of Reality. Longest track on the album. I like the opening, the chants, the kind of the Gregorian chant like opening. I enjoyed that. It kind of set the mood for a while. I feel like maybe the intro lasted a teeny bit too long. Not I wasn't getting bored or anything, but just like, oh, okay, it was pretty good. It's nice. But I was kind of just like waiting for like, hey, what's coming next? What's that next part? But it was a nice intro. I loved it. The Gregorian chant style stuff is awesome. And after everything kicked in, all I have written down was immersive. Just that whole 11-minute and like 36-second track. It was just immersive. Like I found myself closing my eyes and just envisioning everything that was going on, and like it painted a musical picture for you from the beginning to end, and it was just really immersive. It was like and this is probably gonna sound like weird considering the topic of this album, but it just kind of like puts you into a virtual reality. Like you just close your eyes and suddenly there's this whole spectacle in front of you where all this stuff is happening, and it was just a really immersive track. Like I remember when it was over and it transitioned into Beyond the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I was like, oh, what happened? Like, Beyond the Good, Bad, and the Ugly kind of threw me out of that trance that I was in, So excellent track. The intro was a little bit like too long, in my opinion, but other than that, like, excellent, very immersive, very, very. And it might sound weird to say this, but it's a very visually appealing track. If you close your eyes and you just envision everything that was going on in the song, it was just amazing. Okay, so on to the acoustic principle here. This little EP they decided to throw on. Alright, Beyond the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like, I heard it and I was like, reggae, ? Parlor music, folky, jazzy, like from beginning to end, I was just like, okay, wow, huh. This is like pretty nice. I love this, it was of course surprising going from Profound Understanding of Reality to that, but very, very nice track. I enjoyed that. Yeah, it's one of those tracks that kind of made you just want to like, snap your fingers along to it, and just sit back and enjoy it. Very, very nice track. I enjoyed that a lot. Dancing in a Gypsy Camp definitely made me think of gypsies. Just and I'll get this more at the end, but just the way that they use it, like they don't just go acoustic with like drums, bass, and keyboards. Like they like throw other things in there to accentuate the mood and make you just feel different. And they put so much culture into these 5 acoustic tracks that I thoroughly enjoyed it. But it was just very, very, very laid back, and I enjoyed it. You know, like the instrumental of Dancing in Gypsy Camp was very, very nice. Loved it. And then Immortal Melancholy, all I have written down is beautiful. Like this track, like it played, and when I do a review, I listen to it the first time all the way through. But like I almost wanted to rewind it, just like listen to it again before I finished it, because it was beautiful. The instrumentation, the voice, it was just all just so pretty and beautiful, and it was like it was like listening to chocolate. It just felt so smooth and sweet and just beautiful. It was awesome track. It was just, I loved it. I loved it. It was like listening to like Ghirardelli chocolate or Kinder, or you know, whatever kind of chocolate you like to eat. It was like listening to chocolate. It was like beautiful and sweet and just great. The funky algorithm, my God. Okay, first of all, makes my booty move. I was like, okay. Wow, I did not expect to hear that at all. But it's just like, as soon as it started playing, it just reminded me of old school, just like everything. Like at first I was thinking like Stevie Wonder, then a little bit of like, you know, old school funk music, and it's like old R&B. It's just like, it seems like a really good throwback track. Like it just really made me think of all the old music like my parents and my grandparents and uncles, you know, would show me. And you know, just stuff like Stevie Wonder, and just, it was just a really, really nice throwback track. It was very old school sounding, very very honest sounding as well, and you can just tell they had fun making that song. And just I'll talk about that more when I talk about the album as a whole, but you like, I could just feel the enjoyment from that particular song in particular. But yeah, all I have written down for it is old school with like exclamation point. But excellent. I love that one. And Universal Love Squad, that one just, and it's so funny how like you hear, you know, the same lyrics but with different instrumentation. It just changes the whole mood and the feel, and kind of like makes you think of it a whole new way. Because Universal Love Squad, when I was listening to it, it just had a very Caravan feel to me, you know. It just kind of just reminded me, you know, Planet Caravan from Black Sabbath a little bit, you know. It just felt, it just completely changed the mood, even though I had just heard these lyrics with, you know, pounding guitars and drums and stuff. But it just reminded me very Caravan, and it was just a really, really, really nice track. It was a good closeout to the Acoustic Principle as like an EP, and it just kind of just tied kind of everything together, which is kind of funny because Universal Death Squad came rather early in like the album, but as them using it as this last song here kind of just made it all kind of come together, just the Acoustic Principle EP on its own. Yeah, that's all I have to say about each track as an individual. Universal Death Squad, favorite track, gotta say. That intro, the first part of the intro, then the second part of the intro, then going into the main riff, excellent. Vocals, excellent. The lyrics, excellent. I loved it. I loved it. It reminded me of like iRobot and Terminator, and you know, every just like any kind of robot thing you can think of, you know. But favorite track. And now it's all about the album as a whole here. Okay, and this is something that I was highly impressed by. The whole album sounds great. I listened to it on these headphones right here, and I was in the library, so it was quiet, and I just like sat there. Very well balanced. The drums, excellent. Guitars, excellent. Bass, excellent. All the vocals and all just the instruments, they were all so well balanced. Nothing overpowered anything, and everything was extremely, extremely clear and crisp, and just they they were very well together. And when you heard any of them on their own, it just sounded great. Like the guitar tones, the bass tones, the drums, like everything just sounded as close to perfect as you could get it, to be honest with you. Everything was, it was like you ever see those pictures of, like, rainbow cakes, or watch like any of those cooking shows, where everything just like perfectly balanced and placed and set, and you just can see all the technique they're putting into it. Excellent. Excellent. That was pretty much this album. It was excellent. They took all these musical ingredients, threw them together, had an excellent recipe. Loved it. The guitar solos, when I heard the guitar solos, they were always tasteful, always very fitting. Not too much shredding, not too much slow, not too much little like slow kind of feel to them. They were always very tasteful. He knew when to do what with his solo, and it was awesome. Those are some of the best leads I've heard ever. So very, very, very nice. And just the guitar tones, good lord, it was so amazing. Like, because they could sound heavy, and then they could sound very light, but still sound very like powerful and like punishing if need be. And then of course, on the acoustic principle, the guitar tones on there sounded great as well, and just the playing, the instrumental playing was just very, very virtuosic, whatever word it is to me. Very, very excellent. Yeah, nothing overpowered anything. The only, like, and this kind of goes back to the Tyler Chai Holographic Principle for Understanding of Reality. The album is like 72 minutes long, and that's if you take it as an album and an EP. And I was just like, if they would have released like maybe the album, the Holographic Principle, and then had the Acoustic Principle as like a special edition thing, because when I got it on iTunes, it was just that was a whole album. I was just like, it kind of seemed like maybe they should like separated those and like have the album and then special edition with the Acoustic Principle EP, but because having them all as one kind of just made it seem like super long. Like it's 72 minutes long, so it's pretty much a movie. You're listening to a movie, which, to be honest, you could make a movie out of this. Like, it was that big in scope and just that big in mood and topic, and just like if this was made into a movie, I'd go see it opening day, like in 3D. Like, it was just amazing. Loved it. But yeah, as just like an album, it was kind of a little bit long. But I mean, if you separate the album and then Acoustic Principle into like two different things, then I guess you could shave down the time. But it was a little bit long. But I mean, it took you for a ride. It took you for a very, very vivid ride. Like it in scope, it kind of reminded me of Imaginarium by Nightwish, just in like scope and like the overall topic, and the theme throughout the album and all that stuff. But yeah, a little bit over long, because you pretty much listen to a movie at that point. Okay, last thought here. Before this album, I was not an Epica fan. Like, I'd listened to all their stuff, but nothing ever really kind of, jumped out at me, and I was like, oh, Epica, yeah. I was never really like the music. It wasn't like I didn't like dislike the music. It was just like, okay, this is very nice. Instruments are nice. Guitars are cool. Simone has a great voice, but I wasn't like super into them, and I didn't really like. I listened to like all their albums on like YouTube or whatever, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I started watching the behind the scenes of making a Holographic Principle, and I was like, okay, cool. And then saw Universal Death Squad lyric video, saw Edge of the Blade. Okay, this actually sounds pretty good. I enjoy this, and then I decided I'll check out this album, and yeah, I'm a fan now. This album, this album was amazing. Like if you watch my Twilight Force Heroes of Mighty Magic review, I say a lot how you're very immersive and they put all this time into it, and it just took you on an adventure and just a wild ride. This was on par, if not better, than Heroes of Mighty Magic, simply because it just seemed bigger in scope. Because Heroes of Mighty Magic is of course more like fantasy, dragons and warriors and mages type base, and this is more grounded in a potentially fictional reality. But it's just the scope and the attention to detail and the care in this album just outdid anything I've really heard this year. And we still have other releases coming up, but just this album, as far as topic and being concise and orchestration, arrangement, vocal delivery, instrumental delivery, tone, just everything really. It was just really, really amazing, and I loved it. I wanted to listen to it over and over and over and over and over again, which I'll do after I finish reviewing and everything. But it was just amazing. It was huge. It was like this huge spectacle, like Heroes of Mighty Magic was, and like Imaginarium, and like Endless Swarm's Most Beautiful, and all that stuff. It was just so big and huge and grand and fantastical. I enjoyed it. I couldn't stop listening to it and just envisioning everything in my mind that they were saying, and just enjoying it. It was awesome, and I'm a fan now. I'm gonna try to see them on tour when they come here. It was just amazing. It's just a really great album, dude, and I wasn't expecting it to be that good. But it totally floored me. It knocked me out of my seat multiple times. Just everything they did was amazing. They really, really know what they're doing, and of course they've been around for a while, so of course they would know that by now. But excellent album. They did a great job. Great job, excellent album, excellent band, excellent members, excellent everything, man. The production, everything about it was great. And you can tell they had fun, you can tell they enjoyed it, you can tell they put their heart and soul and their all into it, and you could just hear it and feel it and see it. If you close your eyes and envision, you could see it. So excellent album. Definitely go buy it. Don't just go listen to it. Go buy this album. Go buy it, enjoy it, close your eyes, envision it, imagine it, just get lost in it for a while. You got 72 minutes worth of stuff, so just get lost in it. Put on some really good headphones, listen to it, feel it, and you're gonna have a great time. Great album, great music, love it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want some more reviews, and next week I'll have a Devin Townsend concert vlog for you. Thank you so much.